Nintendo Switch Online, you pay for it, and just for what? Lag? PowerPoint presentation frame rate on Smash Bros. And we're paying even more for this now just to buy more games? Hey, what's up you guys, this is SGB618 here, and Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo. Can we talk for a minute? Do I think it's cool that we're getting N64 games and Sega MegaDrive games? Oh, sorry, Sega Genesis games for those of you guys who aren't from the UK. Yeah, that's very cool, and I would say that even adds to the quote-unquote coolness of Nintendo Switch Online. If they just stuck with NES and SNES games, then yeah, that would have been extremely unfortunate and a big missed opportunity. I actually like how these two consoles are now being supported by the Nintendo Switch. That's great. This price point is I just can't get out of my system. Okay, so US, you're telling me that we need to pay $50 for this, and then UK, we gotta pay like around £35 for this. PlayStation and Xbox, I'm not going to go into detail about what they provide because we all know they have the voice chat. They provide a ton for people who actually buy their memberships, and basically they do it properly, and because they do it properly, it is a lot more expensive. When you pay for these memberships, you don't regret it really because it's done properly and you're satisfied with your purchase. Even when the regular Nintendo Switch Online service was just, when it like take away the expansion pass, it was only £18 over here. That's literally like, it was still getting a ton of hate. It was still getting hate. But my defense for it was that it's significantly cheaper than the competition. PlayStation and Xbox's memberships are far more expensive than Nintendo's. So for Nintendo to come out here and say, hey, £18 and you can play games online, you get free NES and SNES games to play on the go with you. I personally think, okay, it's obviously the online isn't the absolute greatest, but for that price point, I think it's actually not bad, even though that it could have been better, and considering the fact that Nintendo still hasn't got the basics down yet. So for them to add an expansion pass with an expanded price tag only to expand the lifespan of this trash online functionality, I'm sorry, that's something that I can't really back. It's just £35 when you're looking at the fact that the main aspects of this is to play online, and it's not done 100% to the best it could be, then it's not really looking too great on Nintendo, and you can't really complain when Nintendo gets the backlash that they do, because they're playing this very, very safe, knowing that they could be changing things and making things on par to PlayStation and Xbox. Speaking of other consoles, we could have had N64 and Game Boy. Now, why do I say Game Boy instead of Sega MegaDrive? Well, one, Game Boy is kind of in the same boat as N64. It's very hard to play Game Boy games on a modern platform nowadays. So to have it on the Switch, which is like the quote-unquote most popular handheld, which is probably another quote-unquote, that would be a big deal, and you would still be able to do the whole multiplayer thing, especially with games like Pokemon and other games who take advantage of it. Also, another thing, N64 and Game Boy are both Nintendo consoles, which would make sense for a Nintendo Switch Online service. But the third thing, you do realize, right, that Mega Drive Collection exists on the Switch already. The service hasn't even released yet, and I can already play most of these Sega Mega Drive games on my Switch right now. You see what I mean? So for Nintendo to charge that much for something that we can already do beforehand, and say, oh, stay tuned for more games that we can play. In the back of my head I'm like, oh, it's not like I can play those already without waiting for them. So it's extremely annoying. I think the biggest benefit out of this expansion pass is obviously the N64 stuff. Like I said, it's not easy to come across that, and it's not easy to play that, especially when it comes to multiplayer as well. So those games being able to hop onto Nintendo Switch alongside NES and SNES, that is amazing. Obviously, I do think it's great that new people will be able to try out Sega Mega Drive games, because there are a ton of people who haven't played a lot of the gems on that console. So in a way, it's great that it's still on there. But if people can already play it before it's even announced, I personally don't see the point in them buying it, especially if they do not care about N64 games. If you don't care about N64 games and you're only in it for the Sega Mega Drive games, just buy Sega Mega Drive collection on Switch and you'll literally have them forever. You'll have the majority of the library before the Nintendo Switch version basically comes in with all of them, because obviously they do it like, what, a couple times per month or something like that. I don't want to say it's a scam, because you're getting 2 libraries from 2 different consoles on top of what we already have. But what I'm saying is, if you want to look at the competition, PlayStation and Xbox have been doing this for a lot longer, have been housing all of the basics in an online service for a lot longer, and it's just a lot more satisfying for the consumer when they actually pay for it. Nintendo Switch Online, you pay for it, and just for what? Lag, PowerPoint presentation frame rate on Smash Bros, and we're paying even more for this now just to buy more games. I mean, Nintendo. If you ask me, I think that they should have brought in the N64 and Sega Mega Drive games and put them into what we already have. So when you constantly pay £18 a year, then we would also get that. Kind of like what the SNES games done. You didn't pay extra for SNES games, they just added that to the online membership. I thought that that's what they were going to do, but no, they're charging more for it. Unless they make some major changes to this online service, which I'm not counting on personally, I just don't think it's worth it, honestly. And then if you don't care about either one console, if you don't care about the N64 or the Mega Drive, forget it. Forget it. Before, I was able to say, oh, well, their prices are very low compared to the competition, so them being worse, you're going to need to expect that it's cheaper. And yes, even though that the expansion pass enabled is still cheaper than the competition, it's still upped by quite a bit as well. So what I'm saying is, Nintendo better make this good, better make the changes, and pretty much make the service 1,000,000 times better. But there you have it, guys. Those are my thoughts and opinions on the new Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass. I'm just not happy about the upped price, like I said. And yeah, let's before I start ranting even more, I'm literally just gonna say, comment down below your thoughts on the expansion pass. Do you like what we're getting? Do you not? And let me know, will you be getting it or will you not be getting it? Let me know and I'll be very interested to know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.